Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we're going to Sigma's Palace.
Roger. Let's do it.
And we're still going to use X and 0, and yeah, we'll take Lair. It really doesn't matter what navigator you're... Well, it does, but for the purposes of playing this level, it doesn't, because that's what happens. So we are on the Moon's service. Wonder if we're going to run into any Lunarians. Do re mi fu so ya. Someone was waiting for that. Okay. So we just have some basic... Yeah, see, this is an instance of needing the super shield breaker. I mean, another strategy is you can just jump behind the guy and then hit him before he gets up and turns around and blocks you again. But you can't... Like, you can't tell based on their shield. At least I can't tell based on their shield which ones you can't break with the charge shot and which ones you can. It's just, it's not consistent, and I don't like it.
So, you still refuse to give up your struggle, huh?
Yeah, we could say the same to you.
Blind that you've somehow convinced yourself that hope remains? As long as I'm standing, there's hope. I'll defeat both you and Sigma. I suppose it'd be a waste to just destroy you now. Maybe I'll wait till the last possible moment and have a little fun with this.
Yeah, like you could destroy us. So this is Vile with the right armor. He did this in X3, so, and X1. But this time, I find it weird because he's still weak to ice, by the way. He's not, like, riding in the right armor, he's like putting his feet in it. How is he even controlling that? Anyways, you gotta use a shield breaking technique to get him out of the right armor, and then you can actually damage him. Yeah, that's all there is to that. He doesn't have much health, though I didn't think he was supposed to have this one. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was just a mini-boss-like fight. We're gonna tag out, so 0 or X can heal up, and besides, we need 0 for this area, and his ridiculous deglaive. And now we just see Copybot Sigmas. Yeah, we have an actual stage this time, by the way. And you see the one that's through the floor there? You can kind of see him. Yeah, we killed him before he could even do anything to us. It's kind of silly. We can do the same to these two. Yeah, deglaive helps us invalidate some of the challenge. But it won't help us invalidate some of the spike challenge, because this level is very dangerous. There we go. It wouldn't have been a horrible idea to buy a prickle barrier before coming here. There's some health up there. Might as well give that to X and get him off the ice weapon, because we don't really need that either. Again, nasty little trick there with the weapon. We have the shielded Sigma copy. Gotta use a shield breaker on that. Now, this setup is kind of annoying. I don't know what you're supposed to do about this. We cannot actually hit them with the deglaive through there. So I'm going to try Squeeze Bomb as a shield breaking weapon. That did not actually break the shield. Okay. Even if you take some damage, it's okay. I guess that was okay. Usually I just go to 0 and get next to him and then do the triple slash, whatever. Yeah, there's some health there, and we have... This is actually really dangerous, because that is a pit down there. And then there's a spike wall right above us now. Yeah. That one always makes me nervous. This one makes me nervous, too. We can't actually jump up there from here. Whew. I don't remember if I show them, but I actually do take a death or two to those spikes. This room here, I believe, is the hardest. That jumping was really tricky, too. This is also really tricky. And... yeah, really finicky spikes. Not much forgiveness there. Okay. And, yeah, instead of making you guys watch all of that again, we're going to go back to here. I think I just show the successful attempt, don't I? Now, I don't know how we're intended to make this. Well, I do know at this point, but oh gosh, it does not look like I should have made that with just a simple dash jump. Okay, but we made it. Yeah, I did take a couple other deaths off camera, so I actually don't have any more retry chips right now. That's okay, we'll just do this on our first try. Hopefully.
Warning. Warning.
I'm gonna call this Chaos Sigma.
Who could have imagined that we'd cross paths at the end of the world?
This isn't the end of the world, we're on the moon.
The virus entered my system. The seed had been planted. That's when it all began. The destruction of the world.
No, it didn't.
Enough of this garbage, Sigma. Don't get angry, Zero.
I agree, Zero.
I'm actually indebted to you. It's because of you that my children are able to create this magnificent new world in space.
Your children? Those new generation Reploids?
The new generation Reploids, born of the Jacob Project, all bear copy chips containing my personal data. Now the end of the world and of you has come. Farewell. Bring it on.
Alright, he has an extended health bar. Oh, we have to... do that. Oh, look out, he is warping. I dodged him. I find this Sigma to be really tricky to dodge. It's also kind of tricky since there's no, like, real knockback or anything. I find it tricky to know whether or not I have actually dodged his ring attack or not. Because you kind of have to watch your health bar at the same time. And it's... I end up just tanking a bunch of damage. Yeah, we're gonna... okay, we'll tag. Oh. Well, this is bad. I wanted to refill health by X. Yeah, I did not. That was a really bad time to do that tagging. As Zero's taking knockback. Maybe X's armor is preventing that. Oh, really? He has splash on that sword damage? That is cheap. I protest that one. Oh, he has a shield. Gotta break that. Oh, I suppose we could go back to X and immediately take damage. I need... oh, gosh. That was rude. I'm taking way too much damage here. Life tanks, go. The only time in this game you see me use a life tank. Can you be dead? Thank you.
Impossible. How could you? You couldn't.
We did.
Destroy The old world, new age.
You know, I only fought this Sigma a couple times, but I find him to be a lot more tricky to dodge than most Sigmas. Most, not all. Oh, it's Lumine.
Oh, Lumine. Are you okay?
Am I okay? Of course. Now that you've defeated Sigma, I suppose you're satisfied. Thanks to you, the plan has gone smoothly.
Really, game?
But Lumine, weren't you just used by Sigma?
Really? This is where we're going with this?
I don't think so. You see, he merely helped my plan along.
All of Sigma's babbling about ideals and evolution
The
and...
new generation
Oh.
Reploids have been awakened.
He
and
wasn't the evil one.
The new world is at hand.
I am the true evil one. Because we're gonna go with my ideals and ideas of evolution and all this, and we're gonna cleanse the world my way. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Lumine is the main villain here. Now this is kind of a neat thing, and kind of lame as well, because you'll see that Lumine is just going to use the super attacks of all 8 of the Mavericks. And we'll rotate between those attacks. So like I said, kind of neat and kind of lame at the same time. Lame because it's all stuff we've seen before. Neat in the sense that we're combining all of them. Oh, okay, I don't know how I managed to avoid damage there. Anyways, this music, the atmosphere of this area, and like layout of this whole stage, and also Lumine's design and the things that, well, not so much what he's saying, but everything else. I don't know. Again, I don't know how I'm supposed to avoid this. I lost X. I did not intend to lose X. I think I was trying to pause as well, and something just wasn't working right. Anyways. I guess we'll just have to do this with Zero now.
You've made me angry.
Oh, I made you angry. Got Burn Roosters building. Anyways, all of this scenery, Lumine, music, it all reminds me of Mega Man Juno from the Mega Man Legends. Well, the first Mega Man Legends game, because Juno did not appear in the second one. You have to heal up again, and that is more energy tank than what I used in my practice run. I only did one practice run of the Sigma stages. Oh. And down goes Lumine. So yeah, it reminds me of Mega Man Juno. And I wonder, like, I know in terms of release dates of games, Legends came out in the PS1 era.
That's the case, do you? That's why you can't finish me off, right?
So any references to Juno and any lookalikes compared to, like, the ruins in Mega Man Legends? I'm trying to talk Lumine.
That means, of course, that Sigma was also included in the mix. Do you understand what I'm getting at here?
Copy chip? Sigma? Does that mean that I'll go nuts like he did?
Sorry, but prototypes like you don't have the specs to cause something like that. Besides, was Sigma really crazy?
See, Lumine is so talking like Mega Man Juno.
Your world, but he had his reasons. The rest of us new Reploids could turn like that at any moment. This decision to wage battle against the old world was made consciously. In other words, we possess the power to go Maverick at will.
Isn't that what happened to the Mavericks in, like, the first couple X games?
Do you really have what it takes to
Didn't they
stop
just
us?
choose it? What do you mean,
You're
to
merely
stop
tools
you?
of the humans, tools of the old world.
Well, just because you
You think you can
choose
stand
to
up
be
to
a
those of us
Maverick
who have
doesn't
evolved this
somehow
far?
make you more evolved than the Mavericks that were taken over by the Sigma virus.
The world is changing. Therefore, it's only natural that evolution take its course.
You're also going to babble about evolution
Now line up to be exterminated.
and cryptic ideals.
Don't let him get to you, X. He's the enemy.
Enemy, ally. This issue isn't so black and white. Reploids, along with humanity, have irrevocably changed. The nature of their existence has also changed. You are not needed in our new world.
You can babble all you want, but we're not gonna let you get away with this.
Okay, so anyways, Mega Man Juno. Any references to or similarities between Mega Man Juno and that area, the ruins in Mega Man Legends, are coming with games that were created after Mega Man Legends, even though, you know, timeline-wise, Mega Man Legends takes place like thousands of years into the future from any other Mega Man series. I feel like this is not going to go as well as I would prefer.
Farewell.
Oh, this technique. This is a neat attack. Some of these, though, I feel like... Yeah, trying to dodge both of these things at once is a little bit silly. Can I... That's not doing anything anymore. It was, and now it's not. What are you doing? Oh, I don't like this technique either. And X is back. Okay, perfect. Whoa, hey there. Oh, you're gonna be reversing. Okay, we need some energy here. Okay, that is all we have to defeat you with. So, yeah, any references or similarities to the Mega Man Juno stuff from the Legends games would be something that designers came up with after the fact. I don't know how you're supposed to dodge this. X, I need you alive, so let's go back to 0. And this is not going to be the only time we find things that look and feel like Mega Man, or like the Mega Man Juno and those ancient ruins from Legends games. We're going to see a lot more of that when we play the Mega Man ZX games, which I am very much looking forward to. Why can't you just die? Meanwhile, this form that Lumine has, not so much the attacks, but the form itself, looks a lot like the Mega Man X, the copy X that you fight at the end of 01. Now we get into this mode where... Oh, you're shielded. Okay, so we gotta break the shield. Yeah. Oh, we can deal damage to you now. Oh. Now, I noticed that things are getting progressively darker here, so I wonder if things get too dark if you just, like, auto-lose this. I'm guessing that's probably the case. But fortunately, the game does give us a generous amount of time to make sure we can win.
You may have defeated me, but it's too late to stop what's already begun.
I'll take on plenty more like you if that's what it takes.
You really don't have a grasp of the situation, do you? Oh well. You'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, so pretty much from this point onward, you know, Mega Man X, specifically this game, X8, Mega Man ZX, ZX Advent, and even the Legend series, the main ending bad guys are all talking about resetting the world. I don't know what their obsession is with that or what they think it's going to really accomplish, but, you know, whatever. That was a creepy attack. Nice job not hesitating there, X.
Axel!
X! Status report.
This is X. Axel has taken damage, but he's fine. We're headed back now.
Now, depending on who delivered the final blow to Lumine there...
What Lumine said is right, and Sigma won't be coming back.
We'll change the scene you see at the end here. The scene here we have with Zero talking.
Maybe this means I won't have to fight anymore.
Okay, so why does anything that Lumine said have to mean that Sigma won't be coming back? All we did was make Sigma explode. What is it different about this time that we made Sigma explode that, oh, now he can't come back?
Thinking about what Lumine was saying a while ago.
But yet he came back all those other times when we made him explode. Making him explode never stopped him coming back before, but now it does. For reasons that aren't actually explained, but yet Zero claims they are explained.
Anyway,
this is why I have issues with the plot.
Even if we Reploids are destined to join the scrap heap when that evolutionary step does come about, we still have to fight, not only against Mavericks, but against our own destiny as well.
Well, clearly something happens to you guys between Mega Man X8 and the ZX Saga. Well, we know what happens with... No, it's not ZX Saga. Zero comes next. Well, we know what happens with Zero, and we know what happens with X. Well, if you want to find out what happens to them, check out my Mega Man Zero series playthrough. I do have that in the playlist section on the channel. That has been up for quite some time now. So, time for my final review of the game. I've talked about my issues with the plot. I'm not going to harp on those again. Too many to list. I do like a lot of the music in this game. I like some of the hardcore, fast-paced atmosphere. Although sometimes it's not... Like the whole dash jumping thing. I talked about that in the last video. I still don't... I don't really know how I feel about that. This game feels more like you kind of have to take your time and go through stages a bit more strategically rather than just dash jumping wildly like I was able to do through X through X6, basically. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. To me, the classic Mega Man series is more about like the strategically taking your time on the challenges sort of thing. And some of those elements seem to be more prevalent in X8 as opposed to the rest of the X games. Stage design overall, I liked it with the exception of the Ride Armor stage where it just became a slow, boring escort mission and tedious when you had to repeat it, and the Gigabolt Man-O-War, which wasn't really a stage, and I had issues with the controls there. I love the Ride Chaser stage, though. That was kind of neat. I like some of the other ideas they had. There were some points that were perhaps a bit too difficult for their own good, but pretty much every Mega Man game has a couple spots like that. Overall, I did take multiple game overs on like every stage, but I kind of expect that from a Mega Man game, otherwise it would feel too easy to me, so I'm kind of glad for that. I think the difficulty-wise, it's just about right, in my opinion, and once I played through the game a couple times, got more familiar with it, like I did the rest of the X games, it felt like, okay, I have a plan I can go through and I can execute it. Unlike something, say, Mega Man X6, where you have a plan, you know how to get through it, and you still die a whole bunch of times because that's the nature of X6. So this game wasn't quite like that, and I do appreciate that. I like how they made the 3 characters useful. Useful in the stages and useful in the boss fights. They each had their own unique aspects that made them stand out, and I do like that as well. I liked being able to upgrade each character's health to the max. That's something we haven't been able to do since X5. So yeah, I wish there were more Sigma stages, because we technically only got 2, plus the rematch fights, which that wasn't really a stage, it was just rematch fights and then a Sigma fight. But yeah, overall, I'd give this a above average. Definitely better than X6 and X7, though that's not saying much. But yeah, pretty decent game overall. Enjoyable experience. Above average. Give it a B. News of... Okay. Okay, so this is what happened to the copy chips. The demand for those advanced new generation Reploids has not dwindled. Years later, once again, the copy chips resumed. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And then I like this quote from the end with Dr. Light. Very fitting way to end the X series, and then play the scene where Zero goes into his capsule for 100 years to truly end the X series. We do get clear data that we can save, and stay tuned for a bonus episode on that, so we're not going to put this game to bed quite yet.